The message popped up on my phone at 6:47 p.m. Lisa. Be back Monday. Girls trip red heart, don't burn the house down, huh? It should have been a normal text. Light, teasing, innocent. But that night something about it felt wrong. Not because Lisa rarely took trips, she didn't. Or because she suddenly decided to unplug for the weekend, which she never did. It was the emoji. That damn heart emoji. She only used those when she was trying too hard. We'd been married for 11 years. We met in college. She was the bright, confident one with a big laugh and bigger dreams. I was the quiet guy who listened. Somewhere between laughter and shared ramen, we'd fallen in love. Or at least that's what I used to think. Lately, though, something had changed. Lisa had grown distant, distracted, always busy. Her phone never left her hand. She'd tilt the screen away when she texted. There were whispers of perfume I didn't recognize. New lingerie tags I found in the laundry that didn't quite match her usual taste, and vague girls' nights that never involved any actual girls I knew. Still, I told myself I was imagining it. Until that text. Girls trip, she said. She left Friday morning with a suitcase and a quick kiss on the cheek. The kind of kiss you give to a coworker, not a husband. I watched her car disappear down the driveway, my gut twisting into a knot I couldn't untangle. At first, I did what any husband in denial does. I tried to distract myself, mowed the lawn, fixed the kitchen drawer, watched a game I didn't care about. But the quiet of the house was suffocating. Every sound, the creak of the floorboards, the hum of the fridge, reminded me she wasn't there. Or worse, that she was somewhere else. With someone else. Saturday morning I got my answer. My friend Ethan, who worked in corporate finance with Lisa's company, called to grab a drink. During the conversation, he mentioned something that made my blood freeze. Funny, I thought Lisa was at the annual partner retreat this weekend, he said casually. Mike's there too, right? I swallowed hard. Mike. Yeah, her boss. You've met him, haven't you? I had. Mike, early 40s, charming, divorced. The kind of man who smiled too long and laughed too loud around married women. The kind of man who looked at Lisa like she was something he wanted. The partner retreat was at a coastal resort 3 hours away. Not a girl's trip. Not even close. That night I drove. No destination in mind. Just the road and the truth unraveling in my chest. My hands gripped the steering wheel so tight my knuckles turned white. I didn't want to believe it. But every mile that passed, every empty seat beside me, every lie she'd told replayed in my head until belief wasn't a choice anymore. It was a fact. Lisa wasn't on a girl's trip. She was with him. When I finally pulled into the resort parking lot, my heart was pounding so hard I could hear it over the engine. The lobby lights glowed gold against the dark ocean beyond. Couples strolled hand in hand through the glass doors, laughing, alive. I sat there for a long minute before stepping out. Inside, the receptionist smiled. Good evening, sir. Checking in. I swallowed the lump in my throat. Actually, my wife is staying here. Lisa Morgan. Could you tell me her room number? The woman typed on her computer. I'm sorry, sir, I can't share guest information. Before she could finish, a voice behind me said, Lisa. Turned. There she was, walking through the lobby, her hand entwined with his. He was laughing at something she said, leaning close like it was the most natural thing in the world. Her hair was loose, makeup light, smile soft. A version of her I hadn't seen in months. She didn't see me at first. But when she did, her smile died instantly. Daniel, she whispered, her hand slipping free from his like it burned. Lisa. My voice came out steadier than I felt. Girls trip. Mike stepped forward, hands raised. Hey man. Don't, I said, my tone sharp enough to cut air. Just don't. The lobby had gone quiet. A few guests turned to look. Lisa's eyes glistened, but her lips trembled with excuses. It's not what it looks like. Then tell me what it is, Lisa. Tell me what you call this. She faltered. Daniel, please. Can we go somewhere private? No, I said, voice breaking. You've had enough privacy, don't you think? I left before she could answer. She called after me, but her voice barely reached through the fog in my head. I got back in my car, slammed the door, and just sat there. The world outside blurred. My hands shook. My chest felt like someone had caved it in. For 11 years I had built my life around her. The morning coffees, the shared jokes, the plans, the promises. And now, it all collapsed in a single weekend built on lies. When I got home, the silence was unbearable. Her toothbrush beside mine. Her mug on the counter. Her favorite sweater draped over the chair. Every object screamed her name, but all I felt was disgust. That's when I decided. I wouldn't scream. I wouldn't beg. I wouldn't fight to save something she'd already buried. I'd respond the way she least expected. Calm, controlled, devastating. So when she texted me that night, "Lisa, please Daniel, let's talk when I get back," I made a mistake. I typed slowly, deliberately. "Me enjoy your trip. Oh, and say hi to Mike from his wife. We're having a weekend with the lawyers." Then I hit send. She came home Monday afternoon. The house looked the same, but everything inside it had changed. Lisa stood in the doorway, eyes swollen, suitcase half dragged, half dropped. "Daniel, please," she said softly. "I never meant for this to happen. It just what?" I interrupted. "Fell into his bed by accident." Tears spilled down her cheeks. "It wasn't like that." "Then what was it?" Her voice cracked. "I was lonely, Daniel. You've been so distant lately. We barely talk anymore." I laughed bitterly. "You were lonely, so you found comfort in your boss? That's your excuse." She looked down. "I know I don't deserve forgiveness. But I still love you." "Love?" I said quietly. "You don't do this to someone you love." The divorce papers were ready within weeks. I didn't rush to serve them, not out of hope, but because part of me needed to mourn what used to be. I replayed memories, her laugh echoing in the kitchen, the way she'd dance barefoot on the patio, the whispered promises we made when the world still felt new. It hurt to realize that the person who once made my world brighter had become the reason it went dark. But pain has a strange way of clarifying things. A few months later I saw Lisa again, at a cafe downtown. She was alone, hair tied up, eyes tired. When she spotted me, she hesitated, then smiled weakly. "You look good." "So do you," I said, though it wasn't true. There was silence. Then she whispered, "Do you hate me?" Thought about it. "No," I said finally. "I pity you." She nodded, eyes glistening. "You were a good man, Daniel. I just didn't see it until too late." I smiled faintly. That's the thing about betrayal, Lisa. It always comes with perfect hindsight. As I walked away, the air felt lighter. For the first time in months, I didn't feel anger or grief. Just peace. The kind that comes when you finally stop bleeding for someone who never bothered to bandage the wound. Love doesn't always end with a fight. Sometimes it ends with a text. And sometimes that text is the start of freedom.